There was another remarkable set of team radio exchanges between Lewis Hamilton and his race engineer Riccardo Adami during the Monaco Grand Prix. So much so that Hamilton even asked Adami on his cooldown lap if he was upset with him, as the seven-time champion did not get answers to his questions mid-race. Well, thank you for watching another GP Fans News video. We already posted one this morning, so make sure you check that out. And if you haven't, you're likely not subscribed, so make sure you do that by hitting the old button down below. Thank you very much. Hamilton has switched teams and race engineers after 12 years of Mercedes and Pete Bonington, and there have been some clear teething problems for him and his communication with Ferrari. He's had several moments of seeming friction with Adami this season already, starting at the Australian Grand Prix. In Monaco, there was another odd exchange as Hamilton requested information from the pit wall about the drivers he was chasing down ahead. Hamilton asked Adami, quote, "Are they still ahead by a minute?" To which the reply was, quote, "They are fighting." Hamilton replied, quote, "You're not answering the question, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just asking, am I a minute behind?" Or after an extended silence, Adami just said, quote, 48 seconds. On his cool-down lap post-race, Hamilton even asked his race engineer if he was upset with him. Hamilton finished 5th after starting from 7th place, but was way behind Max Verstappen ahead. Speaking to Sky Sports F1, Hamilton admitted he didn't know where he was at during the Grand Prix. Quote, "The gap was relatively big and I was not racing anyone. I needed a safety car or something, but it didn't happen. It was pretty straightforward from there. The information wasn't that clear. I didn't know what I was fighting for. Was I fighting for the next spot ahead? I wasn't anywhere near the guys in front." Carlos Sainz Jr. says drastic changes need to be made at the Monaco Grand Prix regarding driving slow on purpose to back others up, something he did himself on Sunday. Sainz calls it manipulating the race, driving several seconds slower than he could do, and warns that if something isn't done about this, it will only get worse in the future. Both Sainz and Albon took turns in massively holding up drivers behind so their teammate could make a pit stop without losing track position. This way, both cars finished in the points ahead of George Russell's Mercedes. Sainz doesn't mind the mandatory pit stop, but urges the FIA to do something about the tactic that he himself used to score a point, as it will only get worse in the future. Quote, "I think this, the mandatory two-stop, could stay. For me, the bigger problem is the race manipulation and these kinds of tactics. We should find a way that this cannot be done in the future, because I have a feeling every year people are going to do it more and more, and it's already become more of a trend in the last years." This morning, we checked out the driver standings where things are heating up, but let's now turn our attentions to the Constructors' Championship. The fight at the top might not be as close, but still a lot of interesting developments are there to check out. Another massive points haul for McLaren mean they are now on 319 points already, more than Mercedes and Red Bull combined, who are second and third respectively. Mercedes did not score a point, meaning Red Bull and Ferrari are now right behind them, the three teams separated by just 5 points. Williams had another double point scoring weekend, putting their tally up to 54, while Esteban Ocon's P7 brings Haas up to 26 points. Racing Bull scored more points in Monaco than in the previous 7 races combined, jumping from 10 to 22 points, while Aston Martin, Alpine and Kick Sauber all stay as they were. 14 points for Aston, 7 for Alpine, 6 for Sauber at the bottom. That's it from me for today. Again, check out this morning's video if you haven't, but either way, thank you so much for watching, and peace.